April 25th, 2017. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. Just starting the show for the night, and I was looking for a link that I seen earlier on RT, and while I haven't ran across that yet, I have ran across a link of something that I think is much more important than what it's probably being made. It didn't come out as breaking news, and it certainly should have. Right here from RT, 10-minute warning. Japan instructs citizens on potential North Korea strike. As the article reads, it would take 10 minutes for a North Korean missile to hit Japan. Tokyo estimates as tensions between the countries grow. Guidelines on what to do if a strike actually happens have been published online and have recently seen a huge surge in interest. A Japanese civil security website, the Cabinet Secretariat Civil Protection Portal site, says a North Korean missile would reach the country in a very short time, adding that a missile could cover the distance of 1,600 kilometers and reach Japan in 10 minutes. The number of people searching for guidance on the Civil Protection Portal site has risen almost six-fold since March, with 2.6 million visiting the website in April compared to some 450,000 in February, the Japan Times reports. People would actually have much less than 10 minutes to find safety, according to the Osaka mayor Hirofumi Yoshimura. I'm sure I said his name wrong. A missile may not be detected as soon as it leaves the launch pad, and that could take several minutes, the Japan Times cites the official as saying. Depending on the case, the warnings and alarms might only sound 4 or 5 minutes before a missile arrives. The Osaka mayor's statements came after the government called on a prefectural disaster and crisis officials to make additional efforts to warn residents and establish their own plans during a meeting in Tokyo. In the event of a strike, the government recommends that citizens calmly go to the strongest concrete building nearby, stay low to the floor, or get under a table. That's the old duck and cover thing. In Osaka guidelines issued separately, school children are advised to get under their desk and to not leave their classrooms should a strike come during a school day. Japan has special service J-Alert to convey all urgent messages to citizens. If there were to be a potential strike, the system would send a warning to local authorities via satellite, telephone, and cyberspace. Citizens would then hear the warning message through the loudspeakers and emergency broadcasts on TV and radio or cell phone alerts. In a bid to facilitate possible evacuations, prefectures are seeking to make legal changes such as introducing new laws on mandatory evacuation and a nationwide system of drills. Last month, Japan held its first ever civilian exercise in the prefecture of Akita, simulating the evacuation of more than 100 people in the event of an attack. I'm thinking maybe that number is wrong. In addition to civilian efforts, last week 2 Japanese warships joined the carrier strike group led by the USS Carl Vinson, heading towards the Korean peninsula to deter North Korea's nuclear weapons program and possible missile tests. On Sunday, Pyongyang threatened to sink the Armada, which was sent by U.S. President Donald Trump and is believed to reach its destination within days. North Korea has been consistently criticized for its ballistic missile test, with a successful test conducted on March 5th, followed by a failed launch on April 15, and there are fears of more to come. A potential conflict and possible preemptive or retaliatory strike by the U.S. in the region have raised concerns in many countries, including China and Russia, which have warned of the grave consequences of any provocation. So I'll put the link to this down in the description, but I've seen and heard of reports of them doing a live fire exercise today. It's it's one of those situations I really don't see North Korea just stopping, right? That's if I were to pick a country in this entire world that won't put up with threats, I would say it would be North Korea. Whether they could beat us or not, which, I mean, come on, but it doesn't matter. It all starts somewhere. And that's what I'm afraid of.